Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. First carry for RdSkNsT21.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A run, it's Murray. The safety, Landon Collins, there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2nd and 5. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They run with Murray. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check 26, check 26. 61.
2nd and 10. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Monroe. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6, Haskins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Hey, Haywood! Mike 56, Mike 56! Let's go, baby.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's it. Big hit.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Murray. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Monroe. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, #1, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll get it out quickly to Kirkwood. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Hey, Sam on.
To throw on 3rd down, Monroe. Complete. Smith has it. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Hey, Alpha.
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but
and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Paul Richardson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
it's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Keith Kirkwood with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Lutz good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On first down, this is Geis. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Monroe. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
2nd and 3. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies come to West. Hey, Wahoo! Jim, 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 Jim. Ready?
Back to throw. Monroe. It's caught. Smith. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Hey, exit.
Operating from the gun, Monroe. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to find Keith Kirkwood that time, but now it's 3rd and goal. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. On 4th down, Monroe. And that is going to be incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On 3rd down, here's Love. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. White now to return. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And on the last drive, They were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
To throw again. Monroe. He's got Smith here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. On 1st and 10, Monroe.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Bravo.
Throwing again. Monroe. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Monroe. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff,
he's got daylight, the 40, and all the way down to the 29. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Love. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd and 2, Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. This is Love. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Going to give it to Love. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Check pass. Alert flare.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Monroe. And now here is another interception. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the return, it's White. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Get it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught. It's a big play there for the Saints. And even 50 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
They'll turn to Thompson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. try and sneak it here. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
On the ready.
This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They go with Thompson again. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Darwin Thompson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz with the extra point, and that will get him 1 closer. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air.
It got his man complete. 33 yards that time.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
On the carry, it's Love. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
But it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And he finds McLaurin. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there, a 22. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Love again. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, it's Love. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Hopkins' kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Got it.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw. Monroe. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
That doesn't help indeed. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get funny, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And now we'll hook up downfield on second down. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A huge play there for Washington. 54 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. And the ball situated at the 9. Second and goal. They'll run with Love. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. On third and goal, Haskins. Buying time to his left. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jeremy Sprinkle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Now a man open down the middle of the field. That one good for 26 and a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Sam off. Rock it. Get it.
From the gun, Monroe. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a give running right is Love. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Check 24.
3rd down, here's Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. Going up top. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Monroe. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here we go. 8, read. 56. It's a party now. Hit it.
On 1st down, Murray. And he stopped immediately there. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones. To throw on 2nd down. Monroe over the middle to Smith. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 32-yard line. Now we'll get whistles, and they signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, the win